Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. I just got back from Puerto Rico maybe a week ago, and I have been trying to recreate something my mother made, which I think is called Masamorra, and she made it with fresh corn. So I already removed the skin out of these, so I'm going to use 5 of them. Also going to be using a little bit of sugar, and I'm going to be using a few ingredients. But for now, what I want to do is that I want to grab my bowl and put it on here, even though you won't be able to see much. What I want to do is we want to remove the corn out of the husks. So we're trying to just remove the corn, which is pretty easy. And once we remove that, I'll show you. I'm going to show you with one. I'm not going to show you with all of them because we're going to be here a while. But just to show you, once we got the husks here, you want to go ahead and do that to it to try to remove all the liquid that's in there. So all the liquid, what we're doing is literally with the side of the knife, and we're removing the little milky substance. And all we're doing is literally removing some of that milky, and then we're gonna throw these out and do that with all of them. We're gonna use between 5 and 6. For the second part, you're gonna use your NutriBullet or whatever you have at home that's gonna be able to strain or to pulverize everything. And we're gonna grab, and working with portions, we're gonna go ahead and add a little bit of our corn, maybe depending on the power of your, maybe halfway. Yeah, I think that'll be good. And to that, we're going to add a little bit of water because you need some help here. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna bring this, get your NutriBullet, and let it do its thing. We stop it. Make sure that everything is nice and strained, and we're gonna strain it in our strainer here. And while that's straining, we're gonna go and do another batch and so forth, and I'll show you the next step once I'm done with it. Now after straining it, I still have some left over. We're gonna add a little bit more water just to try to remove as much of the flavor as we can out of this. We have this, and whatever we have left in the strainer, we're gonna add it to this, incorporate it, and we're gonna strain it once again. We're gonna blend it once again, and then we will strain it, and then we will get started with the second step. So if you didn't follow, for this first step is we chuck the corn and we strain it with water. Not strain, I'm sorry, we blend it with water, and we strain it into a pot. We get what's left over. We add a little bit of more water to it, and we're gonna go ahead and blend it again and strain it once again. That way you get more of the corn flavor. Now at this point, we are gonna add some sugar to this. You don't want to add too much sugar at a time. You want to taste. Take a look at this beautiful color. I'm adding 2 of these spoonfuls. We're gonna add a little bit of salt because you should always salt anything you make, even when it's made to be sweet. going to go ahead and hit it with just a hint of cinnamon. And I'm going to, the sugar will be to your liking. If you want it to be a little bit more sweet, you add more sweetness. So before we put this into the stove, we are gonna go ahead and just whisk it really good, and we're gonna add about a heaping tablespoon of cornstarch. But the cornstarch, instead of adding it completely, I'm gonna dilute it in water, and we will add it to this. I'll show you that next. So this is my cornstarch, and we're gonna add just about the same or almost the same amount of water, and we're just going to dilute it in here, let it get all nice and soft. And I might need a little bit more water. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go a little bit more water because it's needed. And we're gonna add that to our base mixture. And we're gonna whisk it in. Okay, so that's what we have. And we're gonna whisk it in. And now we simply are going to place this in the heat until we get the consistency that we want. At this point, once we get it in the heat, we do not want to stop stirring. We have it in the heat. Now we're turning on the heat and we're gonna start stirring. At this point, it doesn't matter whether you stir or not, but once it starts heating up this mixture, you do want to stir. Why? Because if not, it's gonna thicken up too quick for you and you're gonna get clumps. So we're gonna go ahead and continue to allow this to heat up, and we're gonna be watching it, stirring constantly, but don't overdo it. See, once it's heating, you can see on my spoon that it's already starting to thicken. So at this point, we do not want to stop stirring. Why? Because if we stop stirring, it's going to clump up to the bottom and you're going to get a weird texture. Now, if you feel it comes out too thick, you can add a little bit of hot water. If it's too thin for your liking, then you can add a little bit of cornstarch mixed with water. So this is what we got so far. It's getting there. It's gonna take a little bit, so you gotta keep watching it and do what you gotta do with it, because at this point it's about that. And I'm going all touching the bottom of the pot, because we don't want anything touching. You can tell it's thickening. By the way, make sure you have containers that you're going to put this in ready on the go. Getting nice and thick. And again, we watch it to the thickness that we want it. If you want to taste this, do not put another spoon in here. Just grab yourself a spoon and put the liquid into the spoon so that way you don't mess up this app. By the way, I did add a little bit of vanilla. It's not something you add, but I added vanilla paste because I like the little specks that it leaves. So we're going to continue to do this. Vamos a continuar de venearlo hasta que lo tenga a la consistencia, until I have it to the consistency that I want it. Take a look. Oh yeah. So this is what we're doing now. So far, so good. Remember that as it's cooling, it will get thicker. Look at that. It's a specific texture that we're looking for. So we'll continue to do this up until it is to our liking. Oh yeah. Now lower this to a medium. It was at a medium high. I'm lowering it to a medium. I remember my daughter Melissa used to like this a lot. So, I like it warm. Some people like it cold. So that's what we got. We're gonna let it continue in there for another minute or two, and then we'll plate. So what we do here is we're gonna grab a ladle and we're gonna start ladling our little cups here. It depends on the size cups that you have, how much you want to fill them. I'm going around there. If not, you could do these in plates. I kind of like to do these a little bit with smaller containers, only because I find that the smaller containers are easier to eat. These are like too big for me. So this is what we're doing for right now. I'm going to finish filling them and I'll show you. So at this point, we're going to add or top them with a little bit of cinnamon. We got 9 of these 5.5 ounce containers. And this is what we got. And if you like to eat it like me, that means you like to eat it hot, then I'm going to taste mine right now. And mine is always the tiniest one. And you could just eat it like this, hot. Oh my God. You could just eat it like this, or put it in the refrigerator, and you've got yourself a nice little thing going on. I'm going to wait for them to cool slightly so I could top them and put them away. This is my take on my mother's recipe. I hope you enjoyed it. You can add a little bit of more sweetness if you want it. I wanted the corn flavor, so that's what I got. God bless you, and I will see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to like, leave me a comment, and subscribe to my channel. God bless you. Bye.